Alright, hi everyone. Haven't done a stream in a while, so I'm glad I can actually do something. Last few weeks have been really weird work-wise and schedule-wise, so I'm kind of back on my normal schedule for the next 2 weeks until SGDQ happens. So, but I also still have a lot of blindfold practice I need to do for a couple songs, well, 3 songs. 2 of them I definitely need to do. The 5th I may cut from the blindfold for SGDQ, but we'll see. But I need to get some actual practice in, so this set's going to help me keep myself accountable for that. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll get a warm-up, and then we'll do a mock set of everything, along with 2 of those songs being blindfolded while I'm practicing, and then we'll just go from there, see if there's anything I want to do. What's up, Regen? Let's just get a nice warm-up in, just play some fun stuff. I need to turn NS off. I need to turn NS off before I forget, otherwise that would be very bad. That would have been a very funny disaster, but I don't need disasters right now. Like I said, I just want to chill for a warm-up. Let's play this. This is a chart that nobody really ever plays, but it's honestly a really good one for what it is. Charts for this are good. All 2 of them that remain.
Next stage.
Because without performance charts, now we have 2 charts, and that's it. Feels like a bit of a waste in that regard. Like I said, though, it's very fun for what it is. Okay, at least it's 2 good charts. I remember this being rated higher than stuff like Destination Index. I'm like, no. my strat. Forgot my strat for a second. Because doing that normally is hell.
Absolutely perfect!
Yeah, 3 levels higher than X tree.
Next
3 levels higher than X tree. Oh boy. Now they're the same level. I can accept that. Written by the same person too, so how the hell did that happen? This is also kanjis.
Well, no, BPO was not the only one. It's right.
Well, we knew kanji was a bad reader at times. Look at Phantom Intermezzo.
I gotta look at Yuka.
That, I think, is partially mixed up, so I'm not going to 100% confirm. Because the way they had things moving around for that at the beginning of Fiesta, I'm not going to blame him for that, but I will blame him for Phantom Intermezzo. Yeah, this used to be a 21.
I gotta play BPM for Phantom Intermezzo.
Good chart. I still think single for this is the best. This one's pretty good. Surprised that hasn't been downgraded to a 20.
Absolutely perfect!
Well, the parts that actually make you turn are almost all on one side. So most modern players will just cheat those. There's not really a whole lot of turning in that one. I guess. Like, yeah, I can kind of see, like, the ending run being a little bit of a challenge, but I never felt this one was really that hard.
I think you showed me somebody passed this with, like, 20 boots or something.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. Man, this sure is a chart. I'm pretty sure I know who wrote it too. Yeah, this is a chart. At least this part's easier now. Because those used to be longer. Can we also talk about how this used to be a 19 with runs like these? get why this section is the way it is, but I very much disagree with that. Yeah, that used to be 19. Why? Hey, Spectre.
Absolutely perfect!
Oh yeah, Yogg shortcut's pretty relentless. If it's the chart I'm thinking of.
That was because we make it something else when they used it.
Next stage.
It's just a lot of really old patterns. It's patterns that you would not see in modern charts at all. So it takes a lot of people off guard. Now, I've played it enough to not get tripped up too much. Apparently I was doing other things wrong, so... It's just a chart that exists. It happens. And you kind of need stuff like that to kind of break the norm. But...
I think almost Boosters needs some other charts, more normal charts.
no, it's not happening with that.
I know, but
It's been 15 years. It's not happening at this point.
nice.
I think the weird thing about the chart is that almost all of the difficulty is in the first 40% or so. And then once you get past all that, it's pretty chill until the last 10%. That's just how it is. This is not one I play that often. It's amazing how tiring that is for a 20.
Absolutely perfect!
Like, there's so much movement with no real break that I would honestly put that as a 21.
Game
Because
over.
that's a lot of work you got to do for 50 seconds straight. With no real break in between any section. Like, it might not seem like much, but all that movement really adds up. The chart itself is fine. It's an early Conrad chart. Early Conrad is early Conrad. It definitely took him a while to really find his stride for charts and make, like, really, really interesting things. Because I know there was some criticism of his stuff in his first year or so. Sorry, just checking a few things for GDQ, making sure I'm not missing any messages. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the full set. And I'm going to time it too, so let me get Live Split open. I guess I can just throw Live Split on stream for a second just to make sure we're not going over the mark. Let's see here. There you go. Let's just bring you here. Alright, we're doing it live right now. Doing it live. That's good enough. So let's do a full run of everything, top to bottom, minus 1948. I'll do this for a second. So I have an hour estimate. There's not really a goal because it's just a showcase. My goal is to play good. My goal is to make things look as impressive as possible with the song list I have picked. That is my goal. My goal is to play good, make it look good, raise money for Doctors Without Borders. And considering I have 2 incentives with the blindfolded one now being approved, the pressure's on for me to play well and make it look good. So, it's going to be 10 singles, 9 doubles, with 1948 D27 being the bonus if that's met as the other incentive. It'll be fun. It'll be fine. I'm going to have a good time. The thing that's been worrying me most is that I have 2 weeks left to finish memorizing 3 songs for my blindfolded things. 2 of them I will definitely have to do. I might cut the last one if I can't get it learned in time. I'm working as hard as I can. Like, you have no idea how many hours I am putting into this off stream to try and get things learned. Like, it took me 4 days to get Hypercube memorized. And we're going to see how well I can still play it right now. And I'm still playing, like, almost every day, at least for a little bit, just to make sure the blindfolded stuff is fine. Like, 1948, I can fumble through if I really need to. I'm going to make sure I don't need to fumble through it. I want to make it look as good as I can. But the blindfolded stuff has to be, like, on tap. So I have put a lot of work into that. So, anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Like I said, I've already got my whole song list planned out, so I know where I'm going with everything. So this is basically my warm-up because I'm going to be very cold in the room when I start because the stream room is very cold. So I want to start with an easy enough warm-up that's also good for us to just kind of introduce the game. And with a song like this, with it being summertime, this will be a good start. This is a big reason why I picked Summer Game. So we can talk a little bit about lore, very briefly. We can talk about the game. We can talk about the basic mechanics. We can talk about it being summer. And it's also very flashy without being overly complicated, because there aren't any like big double step sections or anything like this. It's just straight runs and inputs. And I have a team that I trust will do their commentary while I'm focusing, so I don't have to talk. I just need to play. Which is where the previous showcases of this in 2020 did not do so well. Something like this, where I need absolute focus during playing, I would much rather have a team take over for me for talking and let them do all the explanations. All good, thank you.
Absolutely perfect!
So things are set up so where I know where I need to go for everything except when I'm blind, but I have ways of navigating most of that. It's why we practice.
Level 18.
And it's why we make sure we know where we are. See, now that I'm a little more warm after playing Tropicanic because it's easy streams, now we can play the harder things. And we just kind of just gradually ramp up. So that was the problem with previous showcases, where the difficulty selections were just kind of random. There wasn't much of a progression. Like, that's a stylistic choice, that's fine. But I think it's best if you start from a lower end, even just the middle range, work your way up, and now your audience can kind of tell the difference between difficulty and difficulty. I've also diversified my song list and chart list to have a lot of different techniques that we can talk about and we'll be able to see. Like, this is hard turns. We can talk a little bit about licensed music here. This is also just a good song to listen to. The ending turns also look very impressive, which is a big reason why I picked this one.
Absolutely perfect!
Yeah. That's why I structure my showcases in a very specific way. Because I remember
Next stage.
the first time we had any pump in any GDQ, the first thing played, right off the bat, was Carbon Bust D22. And yeah, perfect score is nice, but without commentary to really set it up, or set a standard of like what's hard, what's not, people get a little lost. Especially as over the years, as more and more showcases have been done for different games. That's why I have many reasons for starting where I do when I do my showcases.
Level 18. Level 19.
Because I can warm up, we can talk about things. There's just a lot. There's just a lot for me personally that makes it easier. Way past one. And then we can talk about gimmicks here. See if I remember this. We could also talk about bracketing. At least I remember that. Okay, that should be a PG. I should be working on that. We're gonna play this later.
Absolutely perfect.
That should be. We'll fix it another time.
Next stage.
That's fine. But like I said, I only get one shot at everything. So, do what we can. Do what we can and move on.
Play level 20.
Diversifying the song list the way I do it also helps. Because we also get a lot of different genres. I originally wasn't even going to have Papacito in the set, and then I had to change some things around. I'm like, you know what? Let's do some electro swing. And I think this will be good. Yeah, we just do shuffle step. And now it's on the sides. There. No problem there.
Absolutely perfect. Next stage.
'Cause that's good to showing off not only a genre change, but also we kind of increased the speed a little bit with the 24ths. So things get a little bit more apparent. Thankfully, Allegro Furioso is not too far away from here. It's right here. You know, ever since I've changed a lot of my stances during doing the jacks and the jack jumps at the end especially, I'm way more consistent with that now.
Absolutely perfect!
So a lot of like learning how to grind in this game when you're playing for consistency. You figure out your tendencies, and you either try and curb them or at least know how to correct them.
New series. Critical difficulty to level 12. Level 21.
Loki. I still haven't gotten a clean run of this, and I need to practice some more. I don't think I'm ever gonna have a clean run of this in Phoenix, to be honest. As long as it's not any worse than that, I'll take that. As long as it's not any worse than that. Hey, Turtles. Afternoon.
Unbelievable! Next stage.
As long as we don't get more than 5 misses, I'll be happy enough with it. I'm not consistent with this these days.
Level 10, level 22.
Alright, I decided on this chart for one reason alone.
Dustbin.
Dustbin. That's all about Yeah, because with hypnosis and ignition start's gone. No. Another truth. First. It's the oldest original, sure, but another truth is the oldest. That's the only one still here. Let's stop being lazy. Breakfast is coming back to haunt me right now. I can feel that chili. Like, not like sickening, but I could feel it. That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Next stage.
Forget everything else as long as we get the spin. That's enough.
Level 22. Level 23. Hold it.
That's okay. Isn't the strongest, but that's okay.
Wow! You're awesome!
The miscount's low enough.
Next stage.
Under 5 is okay. Just have to really pay attention to that chart. I read it slow on purpose because there's so many rhythms and patterns to trip you up.
Level 24 over.
I still like this chart a lot. This is annoying in the right way.
Game start. Ready? Level 1.
Almost one missed the ending again. That's fine.
You need more practice.
Yeah, I do, but not today. 6 is pretty good stuff.
Way to go! Next stage.
See, the goal is to play a lot of the early stuff quickly when I'm not going to be so tired. So I have more time to rest during the other ones. We'll definitely want to ask staff for extra water bottles, because one full bottle is not going to be enough probably for me. We can, if you have an extra. Well, if needed, we'll ask staff as well, just in case, because they'll always have extra ready. Okay. The goal for this one is just get to the end. That's all I care about. Made it. Like I said, that's the only goal. Make it.
You did it!
Fine.
Game over!
And give myself just a little bit of a break while we set up blindfold, talk about it. Because Ultimatum will definitely kick my teeth out. And that's just how it is with that song. Okay.
New tunes. These difficulties only level 17.
Let me navigate through these blind. Well, I guess I don't need to navigate through this one blind. That's fine. Yeah, because I'll put the blindfold on here once I've turned. Well, I'm not even turning NS on. I guess I could just do it blind from the start since I'm not turning
I
it on.
don't want you to put 3 or...
Okay, I'll just put it on. I can just put it on as I'm starting the credit. That's fine.
I think you should put it on once you want to pass.
Yeah, like as I'm starting the credit. You know I hate using the buttons. Okay, so let's take 2 one-shots here. Make sure I'm paying attention. Because this is the condition I'm going to be in. So I'm going to be tired. Thank you. I recovered. I know what I did wrong. That was my fault. That was my fault. That's fine. I still recovered.
Wow, fantastic! Next stage.
Like, I honestly do not expect to perfect any of these, or maybe even full combo them, because mistakes are very easy when you're blind.
Level 17, level 19.
This one I can navigate blind. This is the one that worries me so far. Like, Kimchi Fingers I have under my feet mostly well. This ending is still really tough for me. Perfect so far. I need to not be so tentative at the end. Like, I'm still missing that hold near the end. Hey, Francisco. Welcome in. Yeah, so I need to not drop the hold at the very end. Because that was so many misses at the end.
Next
So,
stage.
like I said, the very end of that is still very scary, and I still need to spend some more time on it. But that's all we have 2 weeks.
Supposed to hold.
Well, anyways, that's all I have memorized so far. The next ones I have to play with my head because I am not quite. I haven't started on memorizing the next ones yet. So let's put that at a nice, comfy BPM. Now it's over here. It's right there. It's whatever. I'm tired. Sure. One sloppy grade at the beginning, that's fine.
Absolutely
Like I said, still need to memorize.
Next stage.
There's a decent amount of symmetry in that chart that'll help, but there's two things. One I knew I was going to be worried about, and the other I wasn't until just now.
Level 20. Critical theory right research.
Like I said, there's two things for selfishness I'm worried about. A, memorizing the big run, because once it gets into the middle, that's a lot of turning involved that I'm going to have to really focus on. Two, and what I didn't realize until I just started this because I hadn't thought about it, I'm going to have to time the opening from basically nothing. Like, I get like a very, very slight sound cue of the horns before the melody starts. But that's not much. So, I've already picked selfishness. I'm going to be stubborn and do it. I just need to focus. Alrighty.
Next
Oh. Yeah. There are a lot of funny last holds and Fiesta shortcuts. Thank you. Yeah, Fiesta shortcuts, Fiesta in general was the time they were just like, oh, let's just make the last hold zip up real fast. Like, that was just a trend that really started with this one. Like, it'd been used like a little bit in previous games, but like this was the game that really started that trend. No, I'm not playing Rock House Shortcut.
shortcut.
I am specifically practicing for a marathon. I will not take requests today.
Level 23.
Anyways. I'm not even playing that today. Like, I'm gonna save that for another day. I have chili in my belly. I'm amazed I'm even playing at all. Like, I'm kind of amazed I'm even playing at all. For instance, like I said, it took me 4 days to learn Hypercube. I've played every day since then. I'm pretty sure I've played at least a little bit every day for a week. This is not something I normally do. Hey, Amir. Bass keeps rocking. Still. Yeah, I'm tired. I am tired. It's okay. That's fine. Still pretty good. We're still several minutes ahead of schedule, which is good.
Game over.
And since I only have 4 songs left in the main showcase, I think we'll finish well under estimate for the main part. Because we talked to staff, and they said, we will make 1948 an extra 5-minute incentive after.
Well, it's gonna take you a bit of time to put blindfold on, so.
It doesn't take time.
Probably
Not
minute.
much. But like I said, I'm finishing well under estimate still. Like right now, we are at the 43-minute mark. And even if I were to account for blindfold, we're still well under time. And I only have 4 songs left. Okay, next District V.
New tunes. Difficult series zone. Remix.
Thankfully, selecting the remix folder conveniently puts me right here. Very convenient. And for shortcuts, like Pumptress is not that far away there. It's only like 10 spaces to the left. Yeah, so I'll definitely take more time just to make sure I'm rested. I want to play everything as smooth as possible here. Okay, Mr. Sunny. Should have been District S. Okay, I need to spend some time working on this later. Ending's kind of beating me up. That's a lot of beats.
Excellent!
Now,
You did
let's...
a really great job!
We need to do better at the ending. First half was great. Second half I got beat up pretty hard.
Next stage.
I need to definitely spend some more time on that ending. Alright. 3 songs left today. 3 songs left.
Remix. Remix. Difficult difficulty. So level 17. Level 24.
didn't know. I thought it was just an up score. I didn't realize it was one miss. Frick.
It's neither.
Yeah, it's neither.
Next stage.
D26 to score? Yeah, I almost agree with that. Getting up to 980 isn't that bad. Getting any higher than that is hell. Hi, Toastopper. Simple, you use your third leg. What's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, let me go get water. I definitely will need a second bottle. I've already burned out of my water. I'm gonna get some water real quick. Yep. Yeah, unfortunately there aren't any humans with 10 limbs. That's why we don't have an FPC on high by the old version.
Yep.
Now I kind of miss the octopus mission in NXA. That one was at least funny.
I don't know that now.
So it's my business, and it's basically left foot, left pad, right pad. It's pretty funny. I think that's like actually pretty appropriate.
Level 24. Level 25.
Come on. Those were some good runs. Everything else sucked, but those were some good runs. Hey, that's an improvement. Nice. That's pumpability, actually.
That's a score.
Wow.
That's pumpability.
Record.
Oh yeah, they're awful. And it's funny because I really was not I really didn't want to care outside of the two parts.
Next stage.
I was just like, I just want to nail the whole section. Then aside from like one or two goods, I nailed those. Those were good.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like I'm going to be finishing right on time now, considering my break. So the pace I have now is a good pace. Take my breaks where I can in the back half when it's harder.
Level 25, level 26, over!
Oh. What's up, Garrett? Yes, I legitimately think those are some of his coolest charts. They don't seem like much, but then you actually play them and like, these are actually really neat. For the most part. I'm not really a fan of D21. Just the general charting there. But his uppers on that one are really good and very interesting. Oh, this is gonna be hell. I'm just gonna do everything I can to just survive. Everything I can to just survive. That's all I care about. Hi, full convoy. Close enough. That's fine. That's fine. So the purple barrier that blocks both the Maze of Magic and one of the West Palace portals, that is something like a little over 60%. Oh.
Over!
Alright, well, we're right on time at least. That is just the right pace for an hour-long showcase. And then we have the extra 1948 right after. Hey, Axel. I hope you had a good session. Oh yeah, that's the fucking worst. We got so stuck because there's no indicator at all for that one. Hey, it's tied to your total percentage for the entire game. So you literally can't do it just by playing World Max, because we did that and we got stuck. And we had everything else finished up to that point. Everything. Aside from like maybe 3 attack.
Yeah, 3 attack was the last
3 attack was... that is in Cosmos Spatium. That is the second to last space area. And it is impossible to get to the UFO mission if you don't have that unlocked. And the thing is, once you're in Cosmos Spatium from that path, you are forced to finish Cosmos Spatium before you can leave.
Maybe maybe that's how they were trying to him to play something else.
Yeah. No, it's light blue. Pink was just bugged. Pink was so bugged that in 1.10 for NXA, it's completely removed. If you're playing a version below 1.10, you had to buy the barrier unlock from Pumby.
Or you have to go play on a newer game.
Yeah, play on a newer game to get around it, save your progress, and then you can go back. And then never go back there again, because it's very easy to get stuck. And you can play She Likes Marathon forever. Anyways, practice as a whole was good. I wasn't expecting that Murdoch versus Otata score. That's a good one. Iolite was 1 miss, so that's pretty good still. Most of the other stuff was fine. I think this is probably like the bare minimum I would accept for, I'd say, a good showcase on my standards. But I want to do better still. So we will work at it. I've still got 2 weeks to practice at home. And then when we get to SGDQ, I'll spend 1 or 2 days, like 1 or 2 sessions, just making sure the machine's tuned up, making sure it's good, and making sure I'm used to the pads there. Thank you, Possum. I hope you're well. As a whole, that was good. But I'm going to end it here because I have to do more practice. No. You don't get to say you're too old for this at 30. No. I'm about to turn 35, and I'm still playing this. We ain't going there. You can absolutely play at a high level, even in like your 40s. J-Boy and Red Viper are some of our top US players, and they're still clearing 26s. I don't want to get into this age debate. Anyways, let me see if I can find y'all a raid. I have to do blindfolded practice later, so I'm going to stop now. So thank y'all for joining me. Let me find a raid target. I think I know who we can go to right now. If I can find my mouse. Where's my mouse? There it is. I'm going to send y'all over to Satan herself. She's practicing some Plants vs. Zombies. So I'm going to send y'all over to Satan. Go give her some love as she practices for SGDQ. She has a run, I think, earlier in the week. So definitely give her support and love. She's great. But I have blindfolded practice I will do tonight. And we'll see if we do another practice session on stream tomorrow. If not, we'll do something some other time. So thank y'all for watching.